fuck?
I'd say that's good enough of an introduction to Noah Grossman. In one tracking shot, I've established many facts about myself. It's important to mention I'm usually pretty punctual, but I have had my fair share of mornings waking up like this. As you can see by my room, I've grown up a Gator fan, but made the wise decision to go to FSU because of one key characteristic I have that is also shown in this shot, my passion for filmmaking. Allow me to put my audio videography on pause to elaborate. Growing up, I'd always listen to my grandfather Pop-Up tell me stories, and my attention belonged completely to him as he constantly grew my interest in entertainment. I decided that I'd go see Pop-Up since he is the one who got me hooked on making up stories. I miss him a lot, so I try to see him as much as I can with my busy schedule. I know there's going to be a day where I'm visiting him at the cemetery and not just Nana, so I can't take his years of wisdom for granted. That clip was from my creative submission last year, which was critically acclaimed as one of the greatest motion picture masterpieces of the millennium by my parents. I shot that in October 2016, and in February 2017 that footage became significantly harder to watch as Pop-Up passed away. I love you, Pop-Up.
Do you remember that Noah is going to college? He decided FSU. He's going to be a Seminole.
Pop-Up will always be the true embodiment of an entertainer to me and provided me with the number one necessity I needed as a filmmaker: inspiration.
Noah, you have a lot more chapters left in your storytelling career.
Speaking of inspiration, that lands me on another huge influence in my life. I'd like to give an honorable mention to my parents and sisters, who you can see from the previous clip are massively supportive of me. However, there's a vast difference between family love and girlfriend love. I became best friends with Christy when I was 14 years old and spent 2 years trying to convince her to be my girlfriend. Look on the bright side, you're really hot. Sometimes funny, sometimes not. At long last, negotiations ceased, and we agreed upon terms of endearment in October 2015. I could spend countless eternities telling you what about her inspired me, but I'll let my peers do some of the talking.
I love Christy Jones. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on about how amazing she is. She's one of the sweetest, genuine, and kind-hearted persons I know.
I love your patience, your humor, your wit, your beauty, your intelligence, and most importantly, your kindness.
What I love about Christy Jones, I like that I'm always a math and Spanish class in an HOA, and she's always there to pick up the pieces and keep me organized, and she always keeps me on top of things because she cares about people.
I love her smile, and I love her eyes, and I love how determined she is because it inspires me.
I love that Christy has a beautiful smile, and I also love that she's inspired my son to be a better person.
That video was created this past April to ask Christy to prom. Don't worry, she said yes, and it exemplifies the vitalness of having someone you love to inspire you when creating art. Just this past summer, I got the chance to travel through Switzerland and Italy with Christy and tried my hand at photography instead of cinematography. You can see there's a running theme in most of my pictures. Christy was my muse from the moment I saw her, and she provided me with many things I'd received from my family my whole life: encouragement, adoration, hugs, but it was all different coming from a significant other. Being able to have a person with no hereditary relation to me give me so much motivation was monumental to my career as a filmmaker, and it's been tough going through college since we broke up in August. Both on camera or behind camera, Christy was always by my side, including the day I found out I was not accepted into film school. Clearly, the year between applying for film school as a high school senior and a college freshman has been insane for me. Since creating my short film for last year's application, I was denied acceptance shortly after losing a grandfather I was very close to, followed by my other grandmother passing away in April, and the breakup with Christy. All of these hardships could have really gotten to me had I not maintained an optimistic mindset. My first college semester obviously called for lots of adjusting, but I made it out alive and even had some fun along the way. Come on, it's college. Not getting into film school didn't even upset me the way I imagined it might have. The minute I found out I didn't get in, I began asking myself how I can improve and become better next year. I worked myself to exhaustion building experience in writing, directing, editing, and acting after February. I made a music video starring Christy's little sister, an instructional video on how to get ready for game day, or in this case, how to deal with always losing to FSU, a comedy about an unsuccessful track star, and a drama about a mysterious being reviving a broken relationship for a painful price. All of these were made in months following my wake-up call to build upon my portfolio, and there were obviously many issues.
In the trash. Now, I guess this is a little...
Oh, don't grab another.
No, Juliet, you can't. They're not yours though.
Is it focused on me? But those issues made me a better filmmaker, and I learned valuable lessons, as I do each time I make a video. The harsh reality is I know I'm not alone, and it sucks sometimes feeling quite literally like a face in a crowd of people fighting over the same goal, but I know that no one else has had the year I've had, and no one else is putting no grossman on their film school application. As a digital media production, or DMP major at FSU right now, I'm pretty happy. In fact, in November, I conceptualized and directed 2 of my favorite scenes I've ever created as a part of a group short film for my single camera production class. In one scene, my character wakes up on time and gets ready leisurely. In the other scene, quite the opposite. Being a part of that short film, and many other group projects over fall semester, was very eye-opening as I realized I'd fit in well in the DMP major, and already know so much. But I pass this inspiring building constantly as I walk to my classes in Doak, and desperately hope I'll be taking my classes in the College of Motion Picture Arts one day instead of Building D. I should make this sadder. Add more rain. And some thunder. Yes, perfect. See, now this green screen rain that I've edited in, no matter how fake looking, is what I love about cinema. I've allowed my creativity to run wild my whole life, and I look at every frame as a blank canvas capable of turning into anything. Movies are not reality, and thank God, because the last thing reality needs is cheap visual gags, questionable lighting, and iffy camera work from your little sister. I am going to be a filmmaker, not just because I love watching movies, not just because I'm fantastic at creating and editing original content, but because filmmakers get the chance to look straight in reality's eye and say, pardon my French, baise-toi, which is French for f*** you. Oh, and I bet you're wondering, what's in that backpack, Noah?
Funny story, actually.
I don't know, sounds like an interview question to me. You'll have to ask me later.